For this week's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Aquila Crono Ltd. So this isn't actually my bike, it's a demo bike from Aquila. So I've had it for the summer. So when I've been racing the Multisport Canada Series races, when I was in Cornwall, when I was in China, this is the bike that I've been racing on. So I've got some good time racing and training in the saddle, but I don't have any sort of actual sponsorship agreement with Aquila. They just lent me the bike for the summer in order to do this review. So let's start off with what I really like about this bike. So this is a really fun bike to ride. It's lightweight and it's stiff. So lightweight isn't always so important when it comes to triathlon bikes, but it is always really nice when you are able to get out of the saddle, do some climbing, and you feel like you've got a really nimble bike under you. But you do want to make sure that it's stiff, which this bike is, so that it's not really noodling if you're standing on the pedals. Second, I really like that the Crono is a simple, straightforward design. So there's some really cool looking bikes out there, but with proprietary parts, they can be really difficult to work on. So I really like that this is a simple design that's really easy to set up for whatever race that you're doing. Third, I really like that Aquila went with a non-integrated front end. So integrated front ends can look really cool, they can look really clean, but they can cause you all sorts of problems because they can be really difficult to work on. Finally, I think that the Crono Ltd is really great value. So it comes in at $4,000. That's about $2,000 less than Di2 bikes from most other bike manufacturers. It does come with stock rims as opposed to the zip rims that I've got on this bike. Now, when you buy the bike from Racer Sportif, they'll also include a retool fit, which most bike shops charge about $250 for. So that's what I like about the bike, but there are some areas where I'd like to see some improvement. So up front, I think that they could do a better job in cleaning up the cabling and the cable routing, just so that it makes for a little bit of a neater front end. Second, this bike uses a proprietary stem. So they do that in order to have clean lines through the front end of the bike. But if you decide you want to replace the stem, then you're going to have to find another stem that'll fit the tight clearances at the front end of the bike. Finally, I found that the space in the stock bento box was pretty limited. That is something that I find pretty standard in stock bento boxes for every bike that I've seen, where it just doesn't actually fit that much stuff. So I was only able to stuff 4 gels into this bento box. Overall, there's a lot of reasons to really like the Crono. This is a really great bike for anyone who wants to get a Di2 TT bike, but doesn't want to go full super bike and the hefty price tag that goes along with that. I think this is a really great bike whether you're doing short course or long course. If you're doing a short course race, you might just want a between the arms bottle, whereas if you're doing something like an Ironman, then you might want to put a couple cages behind the saddle or maybe one on your frame. And finally, I think this is a great bike for anybody who's going to be traveling to races, does their own wrenching on the bike, or who just really wants a headache-free bike because of its simple design. So if you have any questions about the bike, or you want to know more about my firsthand experience riding, racing, and training on this bike this summer, feel free to reach out. So thanks a lot for checking out this week's video. If you like what you see, you can click the subscribe button down below. And until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother.